Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel and thank you so much for joining me for this quick 15-minute full body stretch to get you working on your flexibility. I'd recommend doing this flow every day for the next 2 weeks to really improve your flexibility as well as your mobility and general movement day to day. We're going to begin on our mats and bring the knees as wide as the mat. Folding forward, walking your hands to the top of the mat and bringing your forehead down to the ground in an extended child's pose. The toes can be touching. Focus on reaching the hands forward, bringing the chest down towards the ground, opening up through the hips. And just begin to take some gentle breaths coming into the moment. On your next exhale, release fully, letting go of any tension. And bringing an awareness of gratitude for this practice and this time that you carved out for yourself. And for the intention that you've set to become more flexible and allow your body this moment of stretching and relaxation. Go ahead and take the deepest breath you've taken all day. And on an exhale, using the arms and hands, push yourself up to find a tabletop position, coming to the hands and knees. Tuck the pelvis and straighten the spine. On an inhale, we'll drop the belly and lift the head, opening the chest. Exhale, round through the spine and tuck the chin. Inhale, drop the belly and open the chest. Exhale, round through the spine and tuck the chin. Continue to move through these at your own pace and come back to tabletop. Walk the hands further to the top of the mat, curl the toes under and sit back into a kneeling position, bringing the hips on top of the ankles before pushing yourself up to a downward facing dog. Once we're in this position, maybe just pedal out with the feet. Bending the knees one by one, bending through the ankles, moving side to side. Lovely, coming back through center in our downward facing dog. On an inhale, lift the right leg up towards the ceiling in a three-legged dog. Bend at the knee and plant the right foot in between the palms at the top of the mat. Adjust on the left foot, uncurl the toes and bring the left knee to the mat, finding a low lunge. We're going to focus here on pushing the hips forward, lift the hands up towards the ceiling and allow the hip openers to really push forward here. We can bring the hands to the hips to bring more weight into the movement if that feels good for you. Pushing forward and stretching through. Let's begin to straighten through the right foot now, up the right leg, flexing the right foot towards the face in a runner's stretch. The hands come to the mat and we're going to fold forward over the right leg. Feel that stretch all the way up the leg, right up to the hip through the glutes. The more you flex the foot, the more you'll feel it. On your next exhale, bend through the right leg once more, coming back to your low lunge. Lift the hands up towards the ceiling. And exhale, plant the palms, curl the toes under on the left foot and step the right foot back and meet me in downward facing dog. Take a breath here. And on your next inhale, lift the left foot this time up towards the ceiling in our three-legged dog. Plant the left foot in between the palms at the top of the mat. Uncurl the toes on the right leg the right knee comes to the mat for our low lunge. Lift the hands up towards the ceiling, focusing here on opening up the hip flexors, pushing forward through the stretch. Maybe bring the hands to the hips to push ourselves that little bit more forward. And on the next exhale, straighten through the left leg. Flex the left foot towards the face and fold over the left leg. The hands are on the mat. Breathe through the stretch here. On your next exhale, bend through that left leg, coming back to low lunge. Lift the hands up towards the ceiling. And on your exhale, plant the palms, curl the toes under on that right foot and step back to your downward facing dog. Take a moment here, and on your next inhale, lift the right leg again up towards the ceiling, three-legged dog. And this time we'll bend at the knee and bring the leg on a 45-degree angle in front of us, bent at the knee. The left leg is straight behind us. So we're coming into a pigeon pose. Using the hands here to hold our upper body up. This can be a tough pose if you're new to yoga or stretching, so please be gentle with yourself and find your own version. So if we're holding the upper body up here and you're comfortable in this position, stay there. Or you can bring your forearms to the mat and use your hands as a little pillow for your head, folding forward over the right leg. And just take a moment here to breathe through the stretch. On your next inhale, let's take the hands and use them to push ourselves back up. Swing the right leg to the back of the mat, uncurl the toes and lift that right leg up to a three-legged dog before planting it down to find yourself in downward facing dog again. On an inhale, lift the left leg this time, three-legged dog, bend at the knee and again bend through, bringing that leg to a 45-degree angle across the top of the mat. The right leg is now straight behind you. Use the hands here and your arms to push yourself up, keeping the chest open, breathing deeply. Either stay here if you're comfortable, or again come to the forearms, folding over the left leg, bringing your forehead to the hands, and breathe gently. You might find it feels different on either side. Maybe one hip is more flexible than the other. Just appreciate the difference in each side with no judgment. Kick the left leg back up to three-legged dog and find yourself in downward facing dog again. Calming the mind, breathing gently. Slowly bring your knees down to the mat and find yourself in a seated position with the legs out in front of you. We're going to straighten the left leg to the top corner of the mat. The right leg is bent at the knee and the sole of the foot comes to the thigh. We're going to turn to face the left leg, which is out long, and fold over the left leg. Stretching through, finding what feels good for you in this position, stretching yourself a little bit further than where you feel comfortable, but not pushing yourself too far that it hurts. just beginning to let your body know that we're working on our flexibility, but being patient with yourself. Switch legs, so the left leg is bent now and the right leg is out long towards the top corner of the mat. Lift up towards the ceiling and fold over the right leg, bringing the head towards the knee. Take a hold of the foot if you can here. Again, find your version of this. If you're at the very start of your journey, just work through it, and each day just work your hands a little bit further towards the feet. Breathe through every stretch that you do. Let's come back through center and bring both feet to each corner of the mat now, opening wide, and begin to just walk your hands forward, folding your upper body down towards the mat as far as you can. Maybe you're not quite here yet, and that is absolutely fine. If you are just beginning on your journey, let's walk the hands forward and maybe work on flexing the feet first of all, just beginning to create that lovely deep stretch through the legs from where you are. And on your next exhale, let's find ourselves lengthways on the mat, bringing the legs together, the feet together. Flex the feet towards us, reach up towards the ceiling with a straight back, and hinge from the hips, folding forward over the legs. Try to keep the spine straight here. If that means you're only slightly forward, that is fine. The aim here is to keep the feet flexed and feel that stretch through the legs. There might be a micro bend in the knees if you're on your start of your journey, and that is also fine. On your next exhale, come to lie down on the mat. Hug the knees in to the chest, and maybe just rock from side to side, giving yourself a little back massage here. And then take a hold of either the feet or the ankles, wherever feels good for you, coming to find happy baby. Rocking from side to side with the knees open, maybe feeling that hip stretch a little bit further. Taking gentle breaths now. Maybe try to bring the soles of the feet together, or just plant the feet on the mat and bring the soles of the feet together on the mat now. Flop the knees open, bring the hands to the lower belly, and just take a moment here, allowing the body to relax, acknowledging the start of this flexibility journey. Take a mental note of how you feel after this practice and where you got to. And come back to that tomorrow when you practice again. Gently turn to one side and push yourself up with the arms to come to a seated position in the center of the mat. Taking gentle breaths now, calming the mind. Take the hands and rise them up towards the ceiling. Bring the palms together at the third eye and bow the head forward slightly. Thank yourself for this practice, as I thank you for showing up to practice with me. I really appreciate every single one of you, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.